Labor Day is an annual holiday to celebrate the achievements of workers. Labor Day has its origins in the labor union movement, specifically the 8-hour day movement, which advocated 8 hours for work, 8 hours for recreation, and 8 hours for rest. For many countries, Labor Day is synonymous with, or linked with, International Workers' Day, which occurs on the 1st of May. For other countries, Labor Day is celebrated on a different date, often one with special significance for the labor movement in that country. In Canada and the United States, it is celebrated on the first Monday of September and considered the official end of the summer holiday for most of the respective countries, as public school and university students return to school around that day. International Workers' Day. For many countries, Labor Day is synonymous with, or linked with, International Workers' Day, which occurs on the 1st of May. Some countries vary the actual date of their celebrations so that the holiday occurs on a Monday close to the 1st of May. The remainder of this article addresses those countries for whom Labor Day is not linked to International Workers' Day. Other dates: Australia, celebrating the Australian labour movement and specifically the achievement of a working day limited to 8 hours. The Labor Day public holiday is fixed by the various state and territory governments, and so varies considerably. It is the first Monday in October in the Australian Capital Territory, New South Wales and South Australia. In Victoria and Tasmania, it is the second Monday in March. In Western Australia, Labor Day is the first Monday in March. In the Northern Territory and Queensland, it is called May Day and occurs on the first Monday in May. The first march for an 8-hour day by the labour movement occurred in Melbourne on the 21st of April 1856. On this day, stonemasons and building workers on building sites around Melbourne stopped work and marched from the University of Melbourne to Parliament House to achieve an 8-hour day. The direct action protest was a success, and they are noted as being among the first organised workers in the world to achieve an 8-hour day, with no loss of pay. Bangladesh Garments Ramik Sang RT, an organisation working for the welfare of garment workers, has requested that the 24th of April be declared Labour Safety Day in Bangladesh, in memory of the victims of the Rana Plaza building collapse. Bahamas. Labor Day is a national holiday in the Bahamas, celebrated on the first Friday in June in order to create a long weekend for workers. The traditional date of Labor Day in the Bahamas, however, is the 7th of June, in commemoration of a significant worker strike that began on that day in 1942. Labor Day is meant to honor and celebrate workers and the importance of their contributions to the nation and society. In the capital city, Nassau, thousands of people come to watch a parade through the streets, which begins at mid-morning. Bands in colorful uniforms, traditional African junkanoo performers, and members of various labor unions and political parties are all part of the procession, which ends up at the Southern Recreation Grounds, where government officials make speeches for the occasion. For many residents and visitors to the Bahamas, the afternoon of Labor Day is a time to relax at home or perhaps visit the beach. Canada. Labor Day has been celebrated on the first Monday in September in Canada since the 1880s. The origins of Labor Day in Canada can be traced back to December 1872 when a parade was staged in support of the Toronto Typographical Union's strike for a 58-hour work week. The Toronto Trades Assembly called its 27 unions to demonstrate in support of the Typographical Union, who had been on strike since the 25th of March. George Brown, Canadian politician and editor of the Toronto Globe, hit back at his striking employees, pressing police to charge the Typographical Union with conspiracy. Although the laws criminalizing union activity were outdated and had already been abolished in Great Britain, they were still on the books in Canada, and police arrested 24 leaders of the Typographical Union. Labour leaders decided to call another similar demonstration on the 3rd of September to protest the arrests. 7 unions marched in Ottawa, prompting a promise by Canadian Prime Minister Sir John A. Macdonald to repeal the barbarous anti-union laws. Parliament passed the Trade Union Act on 14 June the following year, and soon all unions were seeking a 54-hour work week. The Toronto Trades and Labour Council held similar celebrations every spring. American Peter J. Maguire, co-founder of the American Federation of Labour, was asked to speak at a Labour festival in Toronto, Canada on the 22nd of July 1882. Returning to the United States, Maguire and the Knights of Labour organized a similar parade based on the Canadian event on 5 September 1882 in New York City, USA. On 23 July 1894, Canadian Prime Minister John Thompson and his government made Labor Day, to be held in September, an official holiday. In the United States, the New York Parade became an annual event that year, and in 1894 was adopted by American President Grover Cleveland to compete with International Workers' Day. While Labor Day parades and picnics are organized by unions, many Canadians regard Labor Day as the Monday of the last long weekend of summer. Non-union celebrations include picnics, fireworks displays, water activities, and public art events. Since the new school year generally starts right after Labor Day, families with school-aged children take it as the last chance to travel before the end of summer. An old-fashioned tradition in Canada and the United States frowns upon the wearing of white after Labor Day. Explanations for this tradition vary. The most common is that white is a summer color and Labor Day unofficially marks the end of summer. The rule may have been intended as a status symbol for new members of the upper and middle classes in the late 19th and early 20th century. A Labor Day tradition in Atlantic Canada is the Wharf Rat Rally in Digby, Nova Scotia, while the rest of Canada watches the Labor Day Classic, a Canadian Football League event where rivals like Calgary Stampeders and Edmonton Eskimos, Hamilton Tiger Cats and Toronto Argonauts, and Saskatchewan Roughriders and Winnipeg Blue Bombers play on Labor Day weekend. Before the demise of the Ottawa Renegades after the 2005 season, that team played the nearby Montreal Alouettes on Labor Day weekend. Starting in 2014, when the Ottawa Redblacks begin play, the Montreal-Ottawa Labor Day tradition will be revived. Likewise, Ontario University Athletics has a long-established tradition to play university football on Labor Day. The Labor Day Parade in Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland started in 1921 and still continues today, over 90 years later. The celebrations go on for 3 days with a parade on Labor Day Monday, Jamaica before 1961. The 24th of May was celebrated in Jamaica as Empire Day in honor of the birthday of Queen Victoria and her emancipation of slaves in Jamaica. As its name suggests, the day was used to celebrate the British Empire, complete with flag-raising ceremonies and the singing of patriotic songs. In 1961, Jamaican Chief Minister Norman Washington Manley proposed the replacement of Empire Day with Labor Day, a celebration in commemoration of the 23rd of May 1938, when Alexander Bustamante led a labor rebellion leading to Jamaican independence. Until the 23rd of May 1971. Jamaican Prime Minister Michael Manley promoted Labor Day as a showcase for the importance of labor to the development of Jamaica, and a day of voluntary community participation to beneficial projects. Since then, Labor Day has been not only a public holiday but also a day of mass community involvement around the country. New Zealand. In New Zealand, Labor Day is a public holiday held on the fourth Monday in October. Its origins are traced back to the 8-hour working day movement that arose in the newly founded Wellington colony in 1840, primarily because of carpenter Samuel Parnell's refusal to work more than 8 hours a day. He encouraged other tradesmen also to work for only 8 hours a day, and in October 1840, A workers' meeting passed a resolution supporting the idea. On 28 October 1890, the 50th anniversary of the 8-hour day was commemorated with a parade. The event was then celebrated annually in late October as either Labor Day or 8-hour demonstration day. In 1899, government legislated that the day be a public holiday from 1900. The day was celebrated on different days in different provinces. This led to ship owners complaining that seamen were taking excessive holidays by having one Labor Day in one port then another in their next port. In 1910, the government stipulated that the holiday would be observed on the same day throughout the nation. Trinidad and Tobago. In Trinidad and Tobago, Labor Day is celebrated every 19th of June. This holiday was proposed in 1973 to be commemorated on the anniversary of the 1937 Butler labor riots. United States. In the United States, Labor Day is a federal holiday observed on the first Monday of September. It is customarily viewed as the end of the summer vacation season. Many schools open for the year on the day after Labor Day. The holiday is shared with Canada, where it is known as Labor Day.